So guys, welcome to my How It's Made track for my life. My track with OANA and Ahmed Helmy. I'm going to show you the first representation of this track, how it sounded like first time before everything else. So I'm just going to quick add the previews here to listen. So here's the breakdown.
No one can hold me. I'm gonna catch the speed of light, and this will set me free, like a starship in the night. Burning like a fever, faster than a river. This is not a time to stay low. Wake up and repeat it. Now is not a feeling. This is how the dreams are made.
So this is how it sounded in the first stage before it was sent already to Ahmed Helmy. Okay, so initially I wanted to release this as a solo production, but only just me and OANA, because this My Life track is actually it's the after, how to say, it's the next chapter after Your Life, the track which I released last year with Krevix. So this time I wanted to make it something special. So how I did the track initially I created the instrumental first. Everything that you see, the melodies, everything, the bass lines and stuff like that, was actually done in the first place before calling OANA to work on it. Yeah. So all the instrumental besides the breakdown was finished, as you see here. Let's start with the melody. So this is the melody. Yeah, this is the melody. Initially it was a rolling lead bass melody, something like that, and initially this is how it sounded. I had like 5 layers, something like that. They were not actually 100% cleaned, let's say just 90-95%. It was still something left to do, but it was like this, like a big pajama of leads. So how does it start? First, it starts with the momentum melody part to increase the momentum. Start from the lower notes and then go up. You tease the people at the 4th bar with this melody going up. Then go back down. Then you increase again, and then you add emotion on the last bar. So there's this original thing about this melody is because you start low and then you go even higher. You even raise the bass notes here on the melody. It's always like that. And because I want to create more energy and more emotion, it sounds like a trance anthem. Yeah. Yeah. So initially this was how it's done. All the instrumental with all the bass. not something complicated. I had lots of percussions here and some stabs and some blah blah blah, something like that. So all the instrumental without the breakdown piano parts. I'm going to show you exactly how I work with OANA. On the breakdown, I left only the Res. This is the Res. I left only the Res and the strings. This one. Yeah, so it's a dreamy pad. I always love these sounds. I use from Spire. Inspire, I always I was a fan years ago with Temple One producer, so I'm using most of the Temple One presets and Chantal's presets. They're imported. And in the drop I have like this. As you can see, I started the momentum with a different melody. Yeah, and then on the drop I continued with the melody that I designed it specifically for the drop. So this is like building anticipation. What I did here. So I even on the drop, besides the leads, I have the pads and the arp. So I did the same, yeah. And this is the whole instrumental. I've done it before sending it to OANA. With OANA, I worked really nice because when you work with vocalists, for example, with singers and songwriters, you always tell them about the reference. You always tell reference tracks in order to make them life easier, you know? Make their life easier when it comes to singing. But here, since she does also top lines because she's a songwriter, I only exported the Res so she can have space to sing what she wants. And I added, let's just say this is the pause part before starting to sing, because we need to calm people down because of the big bass line. Yeah. And then I split it into 3 sections, this part, yeah. So in the first part, I gave her a reference from another track that I love from Armin or something like that, and I told her, yay, I want you to start singing here on this part from the lower notes, then you go higher notes when these melodies change, but you sing exactly on the top line of the Res. No, you sing exactly on the bass notes, take it as a reference, and then you use a top line of yourself of your choosing to sing on top of them. And then on the last half part, you increase the voice into a higher octave, yeah? Octave, not octave. You increase the higher notes. You go to C minor, if I'm not mistaken. No, in C sharp, yeah. This one is a C sharp, since the melody is in F sharp, C sharp, it's a fifth of F sharp. So you are allowed to make this kind of jumps in this key, in this song key. So this is how I explained her exactly how I wanted, where to add the vocal, when to start singing. I gave her reference tracks in order to help her achieve the quality needed. So yeah, now I'm going to let you hear about OANA, how she worked it out.
Tell me it's working. Hi, I'm OANA and I'm the singer and songwriter of the song My Life. Okay, so first thing first, let's talk about how I've made the lyrics. So Adrian gave me as an example one of his songs, and he really wanted me to make like a connection between these two. That song is called Your Life, and I was thinking, okay, what if I make like a response for that one and call it My Life, but with a totally different vibe. So that's why the entire idea of the song is concentrated about a fast life, a life lived at its fullest without fear. And yes, I have this little star that helps me not to get nervous while I'm filming and also keeps me concentrated. If I had to choose my favorite lyrics, there would be, "This is the moment to rise, I've been waiting all my life." Yes, that's the beginning of the song and they are describing my life right now. Enough with the lyrics, let's talk about the melodic line. This is the moment to rise, I've been waiting all my life. So, we really wanted a powerful message from the beginning, something that would bring the listeners immediately into the vibe of the song. In the beginning, there are some really low vocals. Then the melody grows together with the instrumental. Of course, the pick is sun goes down and one more time I'm letting the heart decide my life. And we really wanted to make this as big as possible. That's why it seems like an anthem to us. It's a really great melodic line and really challenging to sing live, but I can't wait to do it. Until then, let me know your favorite part in the comments. Much love from the studio, guys. Keep up the good work because life is full of surprises.
I have to be honest with you, after I received the vocal from her, I was like, oh man, this is amazing. Instead of start working it, I was listening the vocal, which I just added here, all over again because the processing was already here. All over again on repeat. I was listening to vocal without even starting to work on it. Dude, guys, I have really big goosebumps on this one. Seriously, this is like a major track. I haven't done a track like this in ever before, like a legendary hit track, you know, something like that. And I started it, processing it, and then based on the top line she wrote, I added the pianos in the breakdown and more textures, because when in trance music, besides the vocal, you need to add lots of textures behind, not the just strings and pads. You add pianos, some little plugs, some, I don't know, some atmospheric effects, something like that. And this is the piano. This is a piano reverb from a melodic technique. This is another piano, from Contact. And with this, the vocal received back, I finished the entire idea of the breakdown, something like that. And it is all set. This was the first option. And after I finished with OANA, I sent it to the label. Since I wanted to release a solo track, I sent it straight to Ahmed Helmy, because when I work with him, I send straight tracks to him. And guess what? I received a message. Adrian, I really love the vocal, man. The melodies, man. He said, like, you're going to be a great trance artist. I was like, oh, man, it's okay. And he said, I want to jump on the vocal, on the collaboration. I was like, huh? I wanted to release it as a solo track, to be honest. But I said, yeah, okay. So what would you change to make? I will shorten the track and then add the intro and outro. And Ahmed added his vibe with that big room lead, and both of us chose an Afro house percussion to complement it. And then we changed the melody. We added only one single layer of leads. For example, we have the previous lead, and we removed the bass leads. And in the end, we have only the top line of the melody, something like that. You know, something like that. So the lower bass notes were removed. And we was redesigned, the structure of the leads were redesigned to sound even more simpler than what I did here. So yeah, why not? So with all of this, we created this masterpiece, My Life. I actually was expecting for Armin Van Buuren to play it. Actually, it was no longer an unprecedented thing or something, how to say, oh, I'm afraid that Armin will not play it. Actually, I was looking forward to see him play. And I was like, dude, I was right. Because actually, I read his mind, and now I understand what he likes the most. For every track, for any producer out there, for any track that you make, you have to give the most on it to make it special, think that you are already an Armada music producer and you are creating the quality track you need. This is the exact mindset you need to do. So that's exactly how this thing works. You must think that you are already an Armada music producer, even though you are not still signed with them, and you have to give the best for any track you make every time. Don't hesitate. Don't be not undervalued. You must give everything. This is exactly the mindset you need to have. So yeah, after that me and Ahmed did the final mixing and mastering for the overall track, and that is the final result that came out. And that's it, guys. I hope you like this one. And yeah, it was a lot of work, to be honest. It was a lot of work. So catch up for more releases coming.